Hi there, and welcome, Capricorn. So this is gonna be your um, month of August reading. I'm starting these now because I'm in the process of moving. I'm not really sure where I'm moving to just yet. Um, actually, I mean, I just looked at a place today, and I'm really feeling confident about it. So hopefully that's the place. That's the one. I feel pretty good about it. Um, so, anyways, I thought I would do a runic tarot reading for you. Right. So, yeah, let's see what we got here. So we got High Priestess energy. We've got the Empress, and we got the Emperor, and the Hierophant, and the Lovers. Wow. Okay, yeah, this person is definitely you bring the rainbow, okay? You bring the rainbow in the sky to this person's life, and I feel like they take it for granted. Yeah, I've got the Hierophant and the Emperor and even the Chariot. So black and white cat, I love that. Yeah, I mean this person tries to I feel like this person tries to steal your light sometimes. Like if this person is ungrateful for the light that you bring, the rainbow light, the beauty that you bring to their life, it's time to get out that whip and your spear and your shield and your chariot and your familiars and just be like, you know what, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Um, yeah, you got the Hierophant here as well. So, like a holy, pious, masculine. You got the emperor here. Ideally, the emperor, he looks after the empress. She nurtures, she loves, she takes care of the children. It's your traditional sort of uh, old Nordic type style of living. Okay. Um, in modern times, of course, you don't really need a man. You can be assertive and protect yourself, right? Um, and the woman is holding a baby, and the baby's playing with her jewelry. And even the Viking women would, be shield maidens and be warriors. Um, there's a lot of lightning bolts happening with this emperor. Yeah, you're not messing around here, okay? I think you've had enough to deal with um, as like an empress, and so you don't need somebody telling you you're not gonna like be in control of your own fate, your own life. That's where the emperor comes in to say, let's check that. The high priestess, yeah, I mean, ideally, you would like to be, in this place where you feel you're most secure. Um, the Hierophant, he's probably doing some illuminating on the situation, trying to remind certain people. I think he's got an important message for this guy, the lovers here, because this woman is clearly bringing the rainbow to the relationship. She's doing all the work. She's the empress. She's the high priestess. She's the chariot. A lot of divine feminine energy. But this masculine, he's not respecting the divine. Okay. All right. Let's dive deeper here. What is this Hierophant and High Priestess have to say about this? relationship because there's a lot of power that you wield, but there's a problem with this masculine that, he's just sitting there. I feel like he has some work to do. Let's see the Hierophant. Oh, here we go. The Lovers. So this is Idon and Raji rest in a yew grove. Raji sits cross-legged and wears a colorful tunic and a short-sleeved jerkin. His pants are black, and he wears knee-high boots. A lute rests on a rock at one side. To his other side, there is a stack of stone tablets with runes written on them. His eyes are open, yet he appears to be in a trance. The rune for Jibo glows brightly on his chest. Edon stands behind him. Her hair is long and blonde, and she wears a white dress tied at the waist. She holds a golden apple in one hand and points up to the sky with the other. Floating just off the hand is the rune for Ahwaz. In tarot, the lovers represents a choice between two people. Usually, each has an intense pull towards the other. Raji and Indun are married in the Norse stories. He is the god of poetry. Poems and stories evoked emotional connections to those who craft and listen to them. The gods and humans love to put their ideas into the world as forms to celebrate and mark various occasions. Raji is here to remind you of the sweet songs and poems that tug at your emotions. Indun is the goddess of eternal youth. She is the tender of the garden from where the Aesir's golden apples grow. It is by her choice and decision that the gods are granted eternal youth from eating these apples. She could let one of them age if she were feeling spiteful, at least until Ragnarok. Yeah, keywords. Upright, a balanced give and take, connect to passion, enjoy time with others, unity, self acceptance. Reverse, an unstable source in your life, loveless relationship, hurtful emotions, lack of proportions, forced into something. I mean, I do feel like you are definitely forced into something because, uh, and I'm just reading these as I feel the energy pulling through because you are a guiding light, okay? And you have the choice if you want to let the relationship rot, spoil, or if you want to nurture the relationship and give nurturing energy to this person. But the thing is, with this person, he's like, I feel like you're dealing with someone who is not acting like they're married. Raji, yeah, it's your choice and your decision. Okay, if you want eternal youth, okay, this person I think is taking advantage of your kindness and your love and your loyalty and your light. And then the Chariot, we get this card. Um, okay, yeah, there's just like a lot of paradoxes. Just like you're being you are being gifted by the gods, and this person is like not even like being like respectful of that. The Chariot. The goddess Freya stands in her chariot. Feathered wings appear off her helm. Her long blonde hair blows gently in the wind. She grips a spear in one hand and waves a whip around the other. She is wearing a breastplate at her belt, has two daggers in it. She rides prepared for battle. Her shields sit in the bottom of the chariot where it protects her legs. Her cloak floats behind her as she moves forward across the land. Two cats Two cats pull her chair. Both wear a gift from Thor. One is black and the other is white. The rune for Kenza appears in the front of the chariot. Alright. Freya is the goddess of war and the queen of the Valkyries. It may seem too good to be true to see her riding a chariot on this card, but she did ride across the sky in a chariot drawn by two giant cats. Freya was also said to be married to Odin, depending on which stories you read. She is the closest goddess in power to that of Odin, and as such, she was constantly on the go and faced many challenges. Yeah, you're facing a lot of challenges right now. Okay, so you are definitely. I think there's just like this thing is like you're facing so many challenges, and like if you turn to the lovers, if you turn to this relationship, this married couple, you can see this guy, he's not writing love poems, he's not being romantic, he's not being committed, he's just being a jerk. So I don't care what like other tarot readers say about saying it as it is. Like you have to call out this energy. You can't just like okay, yeah, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. Okay, you've got a lot going on. You don't need like some loser trying to hit you up like, oh hey, what's good? It's like not you. Like most chariot imagery depicts the driver steering the craft without reins. They have to trust in the base, then pull the vehicle to carry them to the various destinations. While most images of Freya depict her as having hands on the reins, in this image she appears to be fully in control of her direction without them in this card. One of Freya's duties was to guide the spirits of warriors who died into battle to Viking afterlife. While many of the dead went to Valhalla, Freya selected some her hall called Fulfinger. Upright. Choose your destiny. Take swift action. Ride with steady hand. Trust the path. Seize the moment. Reverse. Clarify your goals. Gain traction. Have a singular focus. Ground yourself. Following others. Okay. Interpreting the runes. Kenza pronounced as Kenaz. Okay. Enthusiasm, energy, assertive. Kenaz means torch, and in Runic terms, it refers to hearth and home. Torches provided lighting while families were inside the Viking longhouses. It was a communal lifestyle, and occasionally rooms would house their livestock. The element of fire was an essential life-sustaining tool back then. Without it, the cold would sleep in and people would die. would sleep in. Kenaz is a rune of unmaking for the sake of remaking. This means we do what we need to survive. It is a transformation agent that helps cleanse the old and dying to make way for the new. Vikings cremated their dead. Vikings knew death and the meaning of sacrifice to the power of fire. If Kenaz comes to you, it is time to blaze a trail. Dig deep and shine a light on what it is you want to forge in your life. When you find it, set the destiny in motion. You're setting your destiny in motion. You're letting the fire purify and cleanse your soul. The Emperor and the Empress, the relationship with that. We've got the Empress here. Okay. She's the mother, right? She's the mom. She sews and knits and cooks. But sometimes she does need to put on a shield or get a whip out, a spear, her chariot. She deserves her chariot. Where's her chariot, bitches? We've got the goddess Frigg sits in a finely decorated chair. She wears a blue gown and holds a spinning needle against a wheel in her right hand. A white thread spins around the wheel, adding to the spindle at the end. The rune Berkano appears at the center of the spinning wheel. The goddess cradles a Viking baby in her right hand. The baby reaches out with one hand to grasp the woman's dress. The goddess' sword and shield rests against one of her chair legs and has been painted in white and red stripes. A raven sits on the pommel of the sword. A small chest sits at Frigg's feet. The Empress in tarot represents a creator archetype. They contain the passion to make and build. Their power to imagine and bring it into reality is a potent idea. Usually, tarot limits the process of giving birth to new life. However, Empress energy is expansive. They are spinners of fabrics, the teller of tales, and the artist with an unlimited imagination. They have an eye for design and desires to bring all her ideas to fruition. While the Empress appears young and tame, they are not. All genders of Viking society were strong warriors. They were all taught how to fight and defend both themselves and their clans with swords and shields. Mothers are fierce protectors when their children are in trouble. The Empress is ready to kill for their child. This Empress, in particular, is ready. She is not afraid. The finery that appears on the chair and their clothing shows how the Empress has an eye for quality. The chest at their feet shows us that they have gained some wealth. Their world is abundant and they won't go hungry. A long staff of hair from the livestock, their land keeps rest behind the chair. This will keep them spinning for many days to come. Upright, abundance, feeling creative, enjoy the beauty of the earth. Love yourself, feeling happy and fulfilled. Reverse, scarcity, overwhelmed, feeling scared or stifled, creative blocks. And I think the thing is with the lovers is like this woman, she clearly needs her man to be like inspiring. She knows she needs him to write the poetry. She needs him to help with the creative blocks. This particular man, he's like not doing that really. It's like, okay, so what? Okay. Okay. Burkana. Birth, cycles of life. Okay, creativity. Burkana represents the cycles of life. This fertility rune is also connected to the notion of mother and nurturing. The shape of this rune looks like the breast and belly of a pregnant woman. This rune helps us connect to the rites and passages we face while being alive. Burkana is also a tree rune, and it represents the birch tree. Birch trees go by seed. Burkana makes sense to appear on the Empress card because of the connection to the mother archetype. They are associated with creativity, creation, nurturing, and taking care of what is theirs. Both the card and the rune represent the cycles and challenges that all mothers bear. If you drew this rune, take care and pay attention and intention to what you are doing. Stop rushing through the process. Slow down and make each move with intent and care. Life is not something to race through. Tend to what you are doing and watch it grow. Yes, of course, because you are tending to yourself essentially, okay? These other connections, like they're I think you've kind of you've laid down the law, okay? You put it out there. You let everyone know. Like you're not messing around, okay? Like Mercury in retrograde is like working towards your advantage right now because you're not holding back. You're like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm not, I can blame it on Mercury retrograde if I have to. Like, I don't care. Like, you are nurturing and protecting yourself. You are protecting your children. Don't ever apologize for that. I don't care what guy says what. I don't care what the relation is. I don't care what the connection is. I don't care. You have to protect yourself. You have to protect your children. The Emperor. Let's see what the Emperor has to say about this, okay? Because what you need isn't just some childish behaviors from any guy, okay? So let's see what the Emperor. Thor sits on his throne on top of a mountain of human skulls. He's skulls. The red-haired god has a determined look upon his face. Many Nordic patterns are tattooed over his body. Lightning flashes all around him, and he waits poised to take action. His weapon, the mighty hammer. Oh, I'm not going to say this. Milorn? Something like that. Is perched at his side within reach of his knees. Thor wears battle armor and heavy metal gloves and gloves and braces over his hand. Bracers. Okay, I'm not reading that right. Belt bears the rune Thurza, glowing in bright red. Two ram heads rest by one side of the mighty god. Meanings. Thor is the son of Odin and is the god of thunder and protection. He represents the archetype of loyalty and commitment. He defends Asgard from the giants and other creatures who want to take the land from the Aesir. Thor is the strongest warrior in the pantheon. His belt gives him extra strength, and his hammer, Mew, just gonna say that, brings lightning down as well. He makes a perfect emperor for the runic tarot. The emperor is a fierce archetype in tarot. They commit to their command. They go to their position through intelligent action and capable being. All this hard work has paid off, where they are at the top of their game. They will protect everything under their control. The emperor doesn't doubt themselves. They make the rules and set strict boundaries for how they think people should act and behave. They lead by example. In Norse mythology, Mew Mew is one of the most fearful and powerful weapons in existence. It not only lent strength to Thor, but it would also return to his hand when he throws it. Mew Mew had its own code of ethics, and only those truly worthy could wield the hammer. As a terror symbol, Mew Mew displays an outlining principles of strength and knowing when to head into battle. It is also what is used to represent blessings, concentrations, and protections of all fine attributes for the emperor. Upright physical power, demonstrating capabilities, set clear expectations, focus on actions and results. Reverse, lack of good boundaries, being too rigid, unreliable, have too high expectations. um, yeah, I think you live in a world where you experience a lot of people who live in the reverse side of the world, like the upside down, like they live in such a dark reality, and that like they let that consume their every thought, their every word, their every action, their every process. They are bullies, they are narcissists, they are abusive guys, like I'm telling you, like these guys will say and do the most abusive things to you and then turn around and say you're the abuser. They'll turn around and say you like deserved it, you were too annoying or too controlling, when it's like I'm just living my life over here. I'm just cooking myself my food, I'm taking care of my kids. Like, you invited yourself here and I gave you a chance and you screwed it up when you were being disrespectful and rude. And then they're like, you're not letting me be disrespectful and rude? Oh, well, then you're abusive. I'm like, what? That like makes no sense. They're manipulators. They're narcissists. I know them very well. Okay. Um. So we have Thurisa. Thurisa. Saz. Strength, protection, focus. Thurisaz is Thor's rune. The rune gets its name and shape from the sharp thorns seen in many berry bushes linked to a rose or berry bush. Those thorns cause pain, and it required some strength to deal with the overgrowth. Runic scholars tie this rune into Thor and the giants, aka Thyrsis, became of the spectacle they make when stomping around. Therefore, this rune relates to Thor's prowess and strength and ability to protect. In more modern times, this rune helps to clear your way. Use it when you are blocked and need a straightforward solution. Imagine yourself pushing through a thorny thicket. It would help if you had some strength to chop a path and a clear direction to remove yourself from the middle. Use Thurisaz to focus and gain access to the power you need. Smash big tasks into smaller steps so you can accomplish them. Okay? Yeah, you're accomplishing tasks. A lot of tasks actually. I would say you're Empress, you're making rainbows, you're taking souls to Valhalla, into your private dining hall, VIP seating. Um, yeah, I know. There's like at least two seats that I know are like VIP seats that you probably have like a brother, a best friend. These are two souls. These are two like divine masculines that like left this world too early, too soon, and they were victims of. I would say they were victims of abuse. I would think they were victims of um, seeing how the world really is, and it just being their time too soon. I see them sitting at your like VIP table. This band-aid is really bothering me. Okay, we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Okay. So let's see. The Hierophant. What is this guy's deal? What is this Hierophant up to? What is his deal? Um, the god Forseti, son of Balder, sits on a throne of stone. He wears a long red and white robe. The hair is long and falls from a top knot over his shoulder. A halo appears behind the god, and a stone tablet rests in his lap. He makes a gesture out to two kneeling Vikings. The Viking so the Hierophant um, basically. All right, yeah, sorry. Okay, basically, Forseti is a god of justice and reconciliation. As such, he is a powerful force to help resolve issues between Vikings and tribes. The Hierophant represents an influential figure in society, a spiritual teacher, and many tarot decks, the figure on the throne is more concerned with religious and moral topics. In Viking lore, since everyone had the same pantheon to follow, it fell to the Jarls to hold up the norms and customs of their groups. Knowledge, leadership, and learning gives them tools to integrate into society, and at its core, this is what the Hierophant teaches. They teach the skills needed to become a productive member of the community. Vikings learned how to read and make the symbols that compose the runes, their language. They used the power of their voice to Galdar to know the cement the true meanings into their minds. They would retell the stories that now make up what we identify as Norse mythology. The rise of Christianity took much of the Viking culture away from the people. Christianity destroyed their stories and their gods until the Vikings integrated them into the new religion. Keywords here: upright, make good decisions, awaken to understanding, teaching, religion, caretaker of cultural knowledge. Reverse, turn away from the light, challenge authority, ignore advice, unable to handle change well, detached from life. We know those types, don't we? Okay, interpreting the runes, pronounced Re Do. Journey, travel, bring order from chaos. Ra Do is loosely defined as riding or horse transportation. It is the idea of journey and travel. There's a power of freedom from this rune. Redu governs all rhythmic and cyclical actions. All this has happened before and will happen again. Vikings weren't just known for their skills as a military force. They were also farmers who worked the land and used the cycles of nature to grow their crops. Working the ground made them strong, and many farmers became fighters when they wanted to own land. The Hierophant in the tarot controls communication between the material plane and the heavens above. It makes sense of the power to communicate the will of the gods and apply it through the structure Viking society arises here. The appearance of this rune can indicate a movement that brings order to chaos. Pay attention to what you know and where you are. There is a divine order at play, and Radu is here to help you understand it all. Yeah, Radu is like that best friend, that brother that's like um, looking up from you, looking up from you, looking down at you, like it's okay, you got this. Like you dealt with these problems before. You'll make it. You'll survive. It's gonna be okay. Um, yeah. I feel like the message here is like the best is yet to come. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I feel like that is happening. Like the best is yet to come. Right now, you have to just go through this period where you're seeing your own strength, your own power, and someone is going to. I feel like someone's going to be visiting you very soon. Okay, we have the High Priestess. Yeah, I feel like you're getting a visit from someone. I don't know why I just picked up on that, but I do. I'm getting that sort of sense, like that you're getting a visit. Maybe the high priest. Maybe that's what it is. That's just the high priest is coming to say hi. I don't know. But Let's see what here. The High Priestess, a Seoquana or Spacona, stands between two cauldrons in a wooded area. She wears wispy clothing. Her thin, frail body appears from the tatters. She wears a gold medallion around her neck. Black paint appears from her forehead and flows down to her cheeks. Her eyes are closed. She wears a headscarf with a wreath on it. Her left hand grips a staff to which a skull has been attached. The wooden staff has many brightly colored ribbons attached. Bright yellow and red flames burn high in a cauldron to her left. The pot on the right contains bits of wood now turned to ash. A divine creature, Adhambala, stands behind her, a spirit of things to come or things from the past. Seho Kona, a Seo woman, and Spokona, a prophecy woman, were the names given to women who practice the art of seer and Vikings cultures. This is a form of magic where the practitioner casts spells using many different ingredients and chant their intentions, also known as Gelder. One way to learn the meanings of runes is to repeat each rune's names repeatedly. This is the form of Gelder that reinforces their intonation and acts as a form of spell. It becomes more potent when you combine saying the name of each rune while drawing the symbol into the air with your fingers. Dahombala is a divine creature, an immortal cow of the primordial times. It's the Sinkoana that has called her back to the world in order to nourish it and provide for its future. The high priestess is a spiritual seeker. They are the keeper of secrets and is usually associated with magic. Their magic and powers differ from the magician because instead of using their knowledge and will, they commune with nature, the gods, and the information they receive from her intuition. They trust their instincts and speak what they see. The high priestess has connections to the moon. They are aware of the world's energetic currents and the passing of each season. They watch and learn their patterns so they can assist those who need this expertise. Through their connection to the divine, they lend their sight to help those who come to them, even if these visions and insights bring negativity and sadness. Upright, listen to your intuition. Galder, the runes, trust the universe, commune with the divine lunar magics. Reverse, distrust, doubt your abilities, misalignment with your soul's purpose. Allow others to tell you how to think. We know those types, don't we? Uh, pronounce Uruz, origins, courage, and enduring. This rune gets its name from the Aroks, ancient cattle similar to a bison or wild cow. Uruz brings about the courage and strength of the ancient beast. Call upon their fortitude when you need a boost to weather a situation. Bring in the origins and the magic from the Sakona to guide your intuition. Let it guide you and heal you. Okay? And that's what you need right now is you need healing right now because there's a lot of divine feminine energy. There's a lot of energy that wants you to be seen, wants you to be heard, wants you to be protected. Um, And yes, it is unfortunate that there is like these distorted masculines parading about, but you're not going to worry about that. They can go, they're gonna go, you know, they're gonna go to work. You know what I mean? Like if they are gonna go to work, they're gonna make some money, and you are gonna get that money. So let them be foolish. Let them be misguided all they want to. At the end of the day, um, they're paying you. They're giving you money. Like, so it doesn't matter their chaotic, insane ideas or thoughts. Because you're just like, yeah, I kind of already knew you were a complete total psycho. So thanks for reminding me. Now write those checks. Okay. But anyways, yeah, that's the message I have for you. Okay. Just keep loving yourself, nurturing yourself. You're being divinely guided. You're being divinely protected. Love, light, always. Thank you so much for watching.